Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sci-Fi Wise Guys podcast. I am your one true Star Trek fan, Anthony, and
And I am.
this is your one true fake Star Wars fan, Star Trek fan. Ah,
We're
that's how
not even
fake
10
he is.
seconds in.
That's how fake he is.
For the record, I didn't name the cat. The wife, who's seen every episode of Star Trek,
Which
named
is
the cat.
which is why I asked if she had watched that episode with you because I was eager to see what she
Yeah.
thought.
No, I made her watch it.
Introduce yourself.
I am your benevolent supercomputer, Chris Topher.
Chris Topher. The day that I realized that Topher was short for Christopher. Mind blowing. Mind blowing.
When I was
So she
little,
watched the Tuvix episode with you.
She did. She laughed heartily
Yeah,
when
when I rewatched it, I laughed harder than the time I watched the first time.
when the salamanders came on. She may have spit out her food. Just,
The Borgified salamanders.
Yeah, I was like, why is that so funny? And then she explained to me in some graphic terms exactly what happened.
Well, like I'm throwing you under the bus. I'm throwing you under the bus because you said, "Oh, I don't get all these Voyager references because I've only seen the first two seasons." Guess what season the Tuvix episode is in?
Season 20.
Yeah, see exactly. You got it right.
Then I guess I haven't seen the first two, or at least all the first two seasons.
I wouldn't be surprised if you got to. It is near the end. I think it's like episode 24. So it is. It's probably the last or close to the last episode
Well,
of that season.
I got Supernatural Doubt because we've been rewatching that. And,
Yeah, that's. Did you? You can't.
and,
You don't
uh,
just rewatch Supernatural in one sitting. That's not how
well,
you do it.
so we're on like season 8, halfway through. Some real stuff's gone down, and I was, you know what? I'm gonna watch an episode of Deep Space Nine. I don't remember where I left off, but I'm gonna pick back up.
Sure.
So in the time since I've spoken to you about Lower Decks, I've watched like 6 or 7 episodes, and I believe I watched probably one of the worst episodes of Star Trek I've ever seen.
Oh.
Facets, where
Oh, it's not that bad.
where Jadzia meets her previous hosts, and what the part about it that's terrible isn't the actors pretending to be somebody else. It's just like, and maybe they were playing it up for some laughs or for some comedy, but seeing Keira Nerys pretend to be a little old woman really upset me on a personal level. It's awful. It's terrible. I mean, the only redeeming part of it is that I think Nog gets into Starfleet summer school.
Yeah.
I think that's the only redeeming part of that episode. You know, so.
I can never. I think I mix up the two. Like I know Quark, but it's what are the? It's Nog and what's his
Rom.
Rom. I mix their two names up all the time. I don't know. I like both the characters.
Yeah.
I think it's just because like the simple, like the same kind of syllable sounding thing.
The thing I like about Quark the most is he's the only Ferengi that walks around like he actually has a spine. He's the only one who has any sort of dignity. He walks like straight up. Like
I think so.
Well, no, I mean just the way he carries himself. All of the Ferengis are like this.
You obviously
Prophet.
you obviously haven't met Brunt.
Oh,
FCA.
I've never met any Ferengi. Are you talking about from the collection agency? When
Yes,
his
from the
mom
Ferengi
makes-
Commerce Authority.
Yeah,
Brunt,
when-
FCA.
when his mom makes profit. I think it was the first episode I watched in when I started back up.
It's Brunt is played by one Jeffrey Combs.
The famous
Yes.
Jeffrey Combs. Okay.
Yeah, who plays another recurring character in Deep Space Nine, Wei Yun. And there's even an episode near the very end of the last season where he plays both characters. They don't interact with each other, but he plays both characters in the same episode.
Great.
He's credited he's not credited twice. It just says Jeffrey Combs as blah 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 and blah blah blah, which
Excellent.
is crazy.
Did he
And
get
then he had a
double-
recurring thing in Enterprise as well as an Andorian.
did he get double the SAG credits? Like, how does that work?
I
Like, do they
don't
have to
know.
pay him twice?
Well, I think because you get paid. Do you get? I don't know how the pay works.
I know if you have less than 5 words, like they don't meet a certain thing.
No, they both had
So
more words than that.
yeah, no. So I'm
They were
just it's
both.
the only thing I know about
Hmm.
pay is that if your character has more than 5 spoken words, you have
Hmm.
to be paid a certain amount.
I don't know
So
if they. I don't know if they double pay you for that, or because I mean, I'm assuming because both characters had a lot of makeup,
yeah.
so I'm assuming they're on different days, right? So if they're paying you, I don't know if you're paying a day rate. I don't think that impacts it, right?
But
Like if you're playing
well, if you
different
do know,
characters.
email
Yeah,
us at
let us know.
sci-fiwiseguys@gmail.com.
Well, do you think that? Because I think going down that route, Urkel unleashes his alternate
Mm.
version of himself. Does he get paid double? I don't think
Stefan?
so. Yeah, Stefan. There's a cut to my childhood that no one else got but me. Yes. Uh, did you before we jump into the lower decks, season 4, episode 3? Did you want to talk about the latest very short trek? Do you want to dedicate
Uh,
a minute or two to it?
sure. So I've already forgotten the name of the episode. Long story short, uh, Hammer, who's
Himmer, yeah.
allegedly might be before he dies or he comes back. I don't know. Star Trek. Maybe he reached the Black Mountain. Um, he's emceeing a party, some kind of holiday party, Spacemas, I'm
Hmm.
assuming.
It's a
Uh,
holiday party. It's the name of the episode is Holiday Party.
oh, gotcha. Okay, and he brings Spock over to show them some funny clips, some bloopers, if you will, of their wacky adventures in Starfleet on
Yeah.
what I believe is the USS Enterprise.
It is the Enterprise. It's first contact day.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Or
Um,
E or F or
uh,
G. I think we're on G. Yes.
and he just shows the first thing he shows is a horrible video of a guy who's being only half his body materializing during a transporter accident. It's like,
Which
you
just
know,
confirms all of my fears.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what does Bones say? Space is death, darkness,
Disease.
and disease.
Yeah.
No, but he's like, oh yeah, this is funny, and everyone's like, dude, no, not. That's
It's
next
messed up.
video. And he's like, okay, cool. We'll just skip ahead a little bit. I don't remember what they all are, but like a ship rams. I think that Klingon tomb ship.
Hmm.
I think that's what that was because there's Captain Georgiou in it.
Well, 6,000 people died. Or
Yeah,
something.
and the guy's like, I don't want to be that guy, but my cousin was on that ship, or whoever. And then the only real true funny blooper is, well, I thought it was Captain Kirk was wearing some random ensign, space diarrhea, trips over, falls, and shits his pants.
He gets hit in the groin with a mop and then
Yeah,
he farts.
yeah,
Is funny? Yeah, that's hilarious, Spock.
yeah.
A
And so
little.
he chases Hemmer with a broom, and he's like, "Time for a live blooper."
So these are not supposed to be canon. So like the characters mixing up because I even think that Saru is there,
Yeah.
but
Well,
he's in his uniform from the future, and
Mm,
obviously like so it's all just mixing stuff up. It's not canon at all. Obviously, Pete Holmes is not Captain Kirk, but I think he could have been in a very interesting timeline. Pete Holmes could have and maybe should have been
I
Captain Kirk.
am I correct to assume that like Spock is being voiced by the guy who's Spock, right?
Yeah.
And Hemmer was Hemmer.
Yes.
So why wasn't Homeboy Stefan the vampire voicing Captain Kirk?
I don't know. I think maybe because you know what? I'd be interested. Let me look at the credits for it. I wonder if Pete Holmes was edited or credited, excuse me, as like a writer for it or something. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Doesn't say.
Hmm.
Oh, and it doesn't actually say he's Kirk. It just says he's credited as Captain. And I guess they never do
Oh.
call him Kirk, just Captain.
Oh.
Apparently, Very Short Treks is invented by Casper Kelly, who also did the short treks, but apparently also did Too Many Cooks, The best, the best 20 minutes you can spend your life on is watching Too Many Cooks. Are you aware of Too Many Cooks?
My blank expression probably wasn't enough.
I wasn't looking at your face. I was looking it up. I
Why
apologize.
not?
Let me put you full screen on my right here. Show me the blank expression again. Very good. How long is Too Many Cooks, producer?
Phenom, I doubt it. Many times.
Well, the thing is, I can't comment on that right on air, but there is a way.
No. He said several. What I'm saying for Phenom is it would be many. Like he needs to bump that up. Those are rookie numbers. So
Oh,
that's an Adult Swim thing. Okay, cool.
yeah, it's an Adult Swim thing. It's like 20 minutes, and it's just the intro to a sitcom that doesn't exist for 20 minutes, and it's just new characters over and over again. It's really, really good. Quick, the Pwnebot, we actually knew that we needed updated to the X logo. That's what we were talking about right before we went on air. But thank you for aiding, for letting us know that we were right all along.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
not
what's
the
that?
same 20 minutes, aggregate 20 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, Pwnebot, where's that Cybertruck?
Yeah. Oh man. Let's get to the episode. What do we watch, Chris? That was your cue.
Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 3. In the Cradle of Vexilon.
Fantastic. This is sitting at a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. What if we refresh that page? What do we got? Is it still 7.4? They move quite. Yeah, still 7.4. What do you know? And an ad.
Thank you.
The blurb reads: Boimler leads his first away mission on an alien megastructure. Yeah,
Accurate.
yeah.
Bearing
That's
the lead a little bit, but
a little
accurate.
bit. That's the B story, is it, or is it the A story? I'm really not sure. I know what the C story is. I don't know what the A and B story, which one's which. If we compare this episode to the other two episodes of this season, it is the lowest rated.
It's a bottle.
It is a bottle episode. First episode, Tuvix 8.2. I have no bones yet I must flee, coming in at 7.9, which is some moopsy hate that I don't think we stand for on principle. And then we have In the Cradle of Vexilon coming in at 7.4. Moopsy. So Christopher, do you agree with that? Do you disagree? Was this the weakest episode this season? What did you think?
I think that. No, I'm not going to do it. I had a really long-winded cross-media metaphor that I was going to do, and I changed my mind at the last second. I think in time, this episode will be appreciated far more than it is in its current in the present. For a variety of reasons. One, we actually get to see the Black Mountain. For anyone who doesn't remember, when Shax dies at the end of season 2, I think, season 1 or 2, and comes back the very next episode of the very first episode of the next season. Boimler's like, "Hey man, like what happened?" And he's like, "Well, you first got to go to the Black Mountain. You gotta scale it, and then you have to fight and kill the manifestations of like your father, yourself, and your future." Or I don't even remember exactly. And then another guy dies, and when he comes back to life later on in the show, he mentions seeing a koala. There's a guy who becomes like he ascends to a higher being. Like there's a whole episode centered around that, and he turns into a
Giant koala.
I think he even says like, "I see the space koala," like he says it out loud. And then, it's our first benevolent supercomputer, which is rad.
Yeah. Everyone keeps second guessing it.
Yeah.
Are we sure we want to turn this one back on? It's not subjugating the locals.
Yeah, Billups beams down.
Sure.
Phenom, that is not the same person. As much as I wish it was, Shax and Lord Shax are not the same person. But One's played by Fred Tascatore. And the other one's played by the guy from Snatch, whose name I don't remember. Uh, sorry, pal.
It's not important.
But you know, and then Boimler, you know, he just I don't understand how provisional second or lieutenant second grade to
Junior
Lynn,
grade, yeah.
yeah, has to be the one who's like, hey, bro, you know, you were promoted for a particular reason, yada yada yada. You need to trust your team. Boom, we have a nice
Yeah.
little teamwork moment. Um,
Yeah.
I think in time this episode will probably be appreciated more than it is, but um, this is like any other third or fourth episode of any new show, or not it's a new show, but a new season. Is that the truth is that they all can't be bangers, but eventually
Yeah.
the people who are going to love this episode are going to show it to other people that they think will love the episode, and I think that rating's going to go up.
You think so?
So, yeah.
I would agree and disagree. I still think it's a good episode. That's the thing. Like just the weakest of the three, I would agree with that. And then if you said it was a bad episode, I would disagree with you. I think it's a lot of fun. It's funny, obviously. The whole koala scene, worth it. Made it all worth it. It was kind of tropey. In Boimler's whole story arc was very tropey. Like, oh, well, I was just these guys' friends, and I got promoted. Like it was very kind of low hanging fruit for a plot line with him. Um,
Well, I think.
the
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go
No, I just never thought we would see another one of those probes that trapped Patrick Stewart and gave him a long a long life with a loving family. And I didn't and if we did, I didn't think it was going to be wasted on a Betazoid gift box,
Yeah. Alan Meringue.
lemon meringue or something like that. Yeah. Lots of, I mean, like they've done that before. Like we've been to museums, the Menage last episode, or they're the curators or whatever, where they just throw tons of Easter eggs and references at us. So this one was fun because they all kind of had a theme. They're all anomalies, and they're all annoying in their own ways.
Yeah.
Rutherford apologizing to the gift box might be my favorite moment of the
He
season.
speed run the Wadi Chuli game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was like, "Let me through his
Yeah.
glass tap."
100% or was it any percent speed run?
Any percent speed
Yeah.
run.
No, what I was going to say is like when it comes to Boimler's little story
Yeah.
arc, I think that's like, yeah, it's totally typical of Boimler as a character, but I feel like maybe that was thrown in for everyone else because I think a lot of people suffer from that kind of anxiety where it's like
It's relatable.
I was this person's peer and now I'm their superior, which I've never felt because I've been superior to everyone I've ever met.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Until now, yeah. Well, it's that combined with his need to just be the best at whatever he's doing, right? He doesn't want to mess up. So it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a lot of different. It's a lot of pressure he's putting himself under. I kind of miss the cold open. Like I like the cold opens, the quick gag, and we move on. I'm a little like I understand why we didn't. We had a lot of episode, but you know I would have liked it. Also missed the chanting monks. There were no chanting monks, Chris. They do a nice little shot of a halo with with the shuttle coming in. No monks, no
Well.
monks. I did like the way the halo moved. It was very nice, and it seemed a lot more serene for the most part. Maybe not the last half of the episode, but at the end and the beginning, a lot more serene than a Halo from Halo.
Well, it's not a Dyson sphere, but like that actually has a name.
It's a ring world.
Uh,
I think it's just called. Is it not just called a ring world? Well, that's a science fiction novel. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Scientific.
Let's see. A Dyson sphere is when you put.
A ring world is a fictional megastructure in space.
Yeah, it's a ring world.
Yeah.
A Dyson sphere is when you completely like enclose a star.
Right.
Yeah, they go to one of those in Next Generation when Scotty shows up.
A von Braun wheel.
A
Maybe that
von
might,
Braun wheel is what they're
maybe
called.
maybe that might be what it is.
I'm just gonna keep calling it a ring world. If you're
Yeah.
cool with
Let's
that,
just keep calling it Halo. Let's just
I'm
call it
gonna
Duck
keep
and
calling
Duck.
it a Halo. Uh, I like that Tilin refers to him like psyching himself up as a confidence boosting ritual. Um, lots of cute little moments. I like that the ferret's name is Lancelot. I like that they definitely like it was like, oh, they're hazing them. They're 100% hazing them. There's no way they're not. And then they fooled me into thinking they weren't being hazed, and then they were being hazed. Uh, but the big question I had: Did you did you think they were going to kill off Bradward?
No, of course not.
Why not?
It's. I mean, he was just on an episode of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, but I mean, they could. I'm
Nah.
saying because there's two Boimlers.
Well,
He has
Eh.
his transporter clone who's out there working for Section 31, faking his own death.
no, I don't think they would. I don't think they.
You
would
don't think
do
they would
that.
swap him back?
No.
How would you feel if, like a few episodes from now, it's revealed that Brad Boimler has been gone for a while and it's been William taking his place as some undercover for whatever for reasons.
Oh, I'm sure they'll spin it in some way that'll make me kick. I'm sure they'll do that.
Fair enough.
I mean, well, maybe here's the deal. Maybe his memory has been erased. He's actually like a crazy outlaw spaceship racer guy, right? And his other personality is forcing itself to the forefront, and he's got to use the power of teamwork
Mm-hmm.
to overcome himself.
Uh-huh.
Is that a little too spot on?
A little. It's a little on the nose.
They may have done that already. This show.
Yeah, maybe more than once. Maybe more than once. Well, that's the thing, Snow Angel, is that the Mariner and Boimler have a history, but up to a certain point, that history is with, but like before the cloning, right? Which was what in season 2, so it's not been that long.
Yeah.
Not been that long, and we've got to see him. We've got to see him at some point. I think this is the first episode this season we haven't seen the mystery ship either. Completely self-contained episode, no links to anything else, so it's a little bit different.
Who are they going to blow up next? The Packlids?
I think they blew up their own planet already. Remember?
Oh, they still got ships.
They still got. I'm sure they still got some ships. The dumbasses blew up their own planet because they're smart. You don't. I can't handle that. I don't have a big enough hat. I'm not in charge.
It's true.
Man, how would you rate this? Like, well, I'm saying it's probably the weakest of the three, but it was still a lot of fun. How would you rate it to Tuvix or the Moopsie episode?
I think 7.4 is perfectly adequate score for it. I mean,
Perfectly adequate.
I don't think there's anything outright bad about it. It didn't involve a person meeting their former hosts.
Facets is not that horrible
Like
of an episode.
it wasn't, Data sitting on the floor, like cringing really hard, speaking in weird voices, masks, right? Like,
why do you keep naming these fantastic episodes?
because they're not.
Of course,
great.
it's not gonna. Of course, it's not gonna live up to the glory that is Masks.
There's a reason why season 7 was the last season of Next Gen.
You're probably right.
I mean, it's fine. It's a fine episode.
No, it's a great. I felt it
Yeah.
ended too soon.
I mean, we haven't even necessarily talked about the isolinear chip thing, like in any sort of detail. Why is that a thing? Why
It's not.
Why is there just a closet? Why
There's
is
just
there
one.
Why is there's a storage room that contains all the isolinear chips?
Yeah, I didn't catch it my first watch through, but in the second time he's like, "Can meet me at the isolinear junction." Like there is just one. It's like having one server room
Yeah,
for the whole ship. full
doesn't
of
make any
computers.
sense. I saw that
everything goes
there's
through
that
here.
one episode where the with the sex disease, the sex virus, right, of Next Gen, where Data's.
I mean,
like,
Riker
swapping-
is in several episodes. Yeah.
Well, no, he's swapping out the isolinear chips when he's drunk. 'Cause-
Oh, that's the second episode.
yeah, but technically it's the third, but yeah.
Right.
But I mean, maybe the Cerritos is just built different.
They're just like, we need to keep us away from
Yeah. Yeah,
the weird diseases that makes everyone drunk.
There's an isolinear chip storage facility, I guess. That's pretty neat.
Well, and she had several different colors of isolinear chips when
That's
she
right.
replaced the one, but the rest they're all green. Then she pulls out a packet that has 4 or 5 different colors, picks out the green one.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I need more information.
Does the word isolinear chip make any sense in modern context?
Well, isn't that like a double negative? Like it's isolated, yet it's linear. Like
I don't know if that's what it's referring to.
I just
Because
don't.
what does ISO stand for?
Isolated, right?
Mm, let's see. International Organization for Standardization. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I don't know. Wasn't ISO a thing in Tron Legacy? Yeah, isomorphic
Yeah.
algorithms, better known as ISOs, were a race of programs that spontaneously evolved on the grid as opposed to being written by users.
We should watch that movie.
Oh god, that movie's so good.
That movie rocks. I
So
love that movie.
maybe they're ISOs, right? Maybe they're related. Maybe Tron and Star Trek are in the same universe.
I don't know, but Snow Angel's got something up here on the screen.
Oh, let's pop it back.
Yeah.
Isolinear chip. Or data storage devices. They're just data storage devices
Yeah.
using isolinear circuitry. So they have isolinear circuitry.
What's isolinear circuitry?
Hold on, before you click that, they have a maximum capacity of 2.5 kilowatts.
Holy crap!
Is that a lot?
Well, I mean, you know,
A kilo is a 1,000, right?
Kiloquads, megaquads, gigaquads.
What is a quad?
teraquads.
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, like they've already invented that technology where they can store information on an electron. So
yeah. So who knows?
Yeah, click on isolinear circuitry, please.
Oh, they were very easily corrupted unless coated with a layer of clear plastic. Oh, that's cool. That's why they. Why does the plastic have to be clear? No idea. But click on isolinear circuitry. Yeah, this isn't going to take us anywhere.
Holographic technology. It stores it 3-dimensional. Yeah, it's just technobabble.
Yeah, it's just.
I've always thought that isolinear just was a weird.
Give me that. Click that isolinear rod and the C also. Let's just go down this. Down this rabbit hole. Ugh. This is just a Dr. Pepper, I swear. Oh, used by the Cardassian Union. Yeah, I like those little rods they have in Deep Space Nine.
Oh yeah.
Those are really, really cool. So those are
When
an
he gains-
isolinear rod.
When he gains access to the replicators, it enables a an old failsafe, right? That's that
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, that's an episode. Good job. Cool. Okay, so this just isolinear is just how it's like a data. It's like us saying like
Flash drive.
USB. I don't know,
Yeah.
hard drive or I don't know. I'm not sure. But who
Like I
it
said,
doesn't
I
matter.
always just thought the term was kind of like
Well, it's all one word, so it's just,
contradictive and like
I don't
on
think
its
so. It's
own.
all one word, so it's not short for isolation or anything. It's just
right.
it could be initials for something. Who knows? Did you have an idiot of the episode?
I think it might be Mariner
Oh, okay.
because she didn't stick with her guns and realize that they were being hazed. Like she had a feeling, and this dude kind of tricked her, essentially.
Well, yeah,
But,
he did.
I mean,
That
like
was-
I
yeah.
don't necessarily. I can't really blame the captain because I mean, maybe she should have called an engineer first. I don't know if Billups would have been able to make a big difference. You know, I mean, he would have scatterbrained. Lancelot's missing and everything. So
Well, he didn't even help, did he? He helped a little, but she ended up fixing it, didn't she?
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, my first instinct was to go with the captain, but then my second instinct was to go with Boimler. But like both of them learn in the episode, like they immediately learn and corrected their mistakes. So I really can't call them an idiot for that. right? Like as soon as she was in over her head, called in help. As
Called
soon
in
as
tech support, yeah.
yeah, called in tech support. Same with him. Like he came to his senses and fixed it, and they all and the mission was a success because they did that. Mariner, yeah, as Snow Angel points out, Mariner did take one from the team and talk to that dude about Tellarite jazz, which sounds horrible the way he described it.
It's sloppy jazz or
It was
floppy
Tellarite
jazz.
slop jazz, something about the amount of spit that goes into it or something. Ugh. I
They're
really don't have an idiot of the episode.
They're the pig people, yeah.
Yes, yeah, one of the founding members of the Federation. You would know that if you were a Star Trek fan.
Well, I knew they were. That's why I called them the pig people.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
I
Dr.
don't get
Ta'ana?
She brings a dude back to life.
Yeah, she doesn't know how.
I mean,
Oh, by the way, the subtitles for the koala just say "speaking koala."
That's fair.
But somebody did take it and reverse it, and he says, it's not your time, Bradward Boimler." It sends him back.
So does that mean that all koalas are just speaking English backwards?
Maybe they are when they're not high and you whatever eucalyptus or whatever it is. Yeah.
Eating the thing that kills them?
Don't they all have chlamydia as well?
Yeah.
But they can speak. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dr. Tan is also in the
Dumbest
anatomy
animals on the
closet
planet.
a lot because she taught the Betazoid gift box how to swear. Awesome. The next episode is called I had the name up here.
Something borrowed, something green?
Something borrowed, something green. We don't have any screenshots or anything from it.
Some Orion stuff, huh? Maybe.
You think it's Orion? I'm not reading any. I'm just going off the
she
name.
she has brought up a lot of Orion stuff lately. She talked about, like, what do you like? Yeah,
Well, they were a big part of. Yeah.
In Orion, the pirates we haze each other all the time. She's like, "How do you settle those issues?" He's like, "Oh, a blind saber fight." That's like a whole lot of fun to watch. Maybe not a whole lot of fun to
But to be a
participate
part of,
in.
no.
Yeah.
You still have not watched. Have you watched the crossover episode yet?
Negative.
Yeah, the Orions are a big part of that episode. So it could easily be. I know it's like with Tendy's character. I think they're trying to redeem the Orions somewhat. Not redeem them in a in-universe way, but like an out-of-universe. Like let's get these people. Like why are they? Star Trek. Early Star Trek has a habit of these aliens are a metaphor or an allegory for this group of people.
Sure.
So they all act this way, right? The Romulans are Russians and the Klingons are Japanese and blah, blah, blah. And they've become more and more. You think it's swapped? I can't remember.
I thought the Klingons were Russians because they were our mortal enemy.
Nah, it's the 60s. I'm pretty sure it's the Germans. Who knows? Who knows? It doesn't
The
matter.
Germans.
I think it was supposed to be not Germans. What did I say?
You said Germans just
I didn't
now.
mean Germans. I was thinking World War II, and I meant Germany, but I meant Japanese.
I think
It doesn't-
the Klingons are supposed to be like Russian/Mongolian looking dudes.
We can argue later. Either way, we agree that they were representative. Okay.
Primarily Asian. Yeah, like they're kind of like Chinese-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe Romulans would kind of.
I'm just thinking post World War II.
Sure.
People, America's not exactly in its most. America's at its most open now, and it's still not very open. But let's moving past it. That's how it started, and Star Trek has continuously tried to show that these aliens they have a variety within them. They're not all of a single mind, and so I think Tendi is their way of trying to do that with the Orions. Show that they have others. They're not just all pirates.
She's an ice queen.
She's the ice queen. Awesome. Well, this is fun. I really like doing these quick episodes right after the Lower Decks episode comes out. We do an episode. It's a lot of fun, quick and dirty. Just kind of without a lot of. I mean, not that we do a lot of research, but a little less structured. I think Monday we released an episode on a short called El Camino. So we're finally done with Ninja Turtles month, the 6-week long month. uh, it's a short that's primarily in Spanish. It's a fun episode, so you definitely check that out. And then of course we'll be back next week with more Lower Decks stuff.
By the way, Lenny James,
Hmm.
voice actor for Lord Shanks,
Did you Bing it?
allegedly.
Okay. Sign us off.
Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and it's not your time. Brad Boimler.
Just Brad Boimler. Anyone else out there? Maybe.
Look, saying if you get to the Black Mountain, just climb it.
Just climb the back mountain.
And fight your father.
The 3 versions of yourself or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.